if you are looking to grow long, healthy, natural hair, then you should definitely know how to formulate your own hair care product. If you are looking to learn how to formulate your own hair care product, then this is definitely the place for you to learn that. In this video, I'm going to be making a leave-in conditioner, a perfect one that will help you grow long, healthy, natural hair, and I'm going to be starting from scratch. So if you are a beginner or you're looking to learn how to start formulation, I'm going to be sharing in details everything you need to know. If you are trying to start up with formation or formulation of any kind of hair product as a beginner, few is best, so you know what exactly is causing breakage, what exactly is working and what is not working at the end of the day. Be sure not to use too much ingredients, because when there is a reaction, you wouldn't know which ingredients to remove or which ingredient is actually causing the problem. First thing we do is sit down and write out the formula. And for this formation, we have the water phase, oil phase, and cool down phase. For the water phase, we are using flaxseed gel and glycerin. That's the only thing we are using for the water phase. I have a video explaining in details the benefits and how to extract flaxseed gel in the description box down below. For the oil phase, we have castor oil and BTMS wax. For the cool down phase, we have lavender oil, vitamin E, and citric acid. Back to our notes, we're making 350 grams. For the water phase, we need about 70% of flaxseed gel, making 245 ml or weight of water. So I'm using 300 ml of water to extract 1 tablespoon. Here I have my 245 ml or gram of flaxseed gel, and then 5% of glycerin, which is 17.5. Water phase is ready. If you have any other ingredient, this is the point to add it to your water phase. Next phase is our oil phase, and we're using castor oil 15%, which is about 52.5 in weight. Castor oil is a healing oil. It looks so heavy, but it is the best oil to penetrate your hair. It increases blood flow to the scalp, which helps for a healthy hair growth. We're going to get a heat resistant bowl. This is what I have available here, and then we're adding the castor oil into this bowl and your BTMS wax into your bowl. You can use any wax, you can use e-wax, but I prefer the BTMS wax because it has sleek and it is the best wax I have used since I started formulation. If you have any other oil or any other wax to add, this is the best point to add. Now you need to melt it in a double boiler. This melts as fast as possible. Once this is melted, we're going to add our water phase to our oil phase. So you can call it phase A and phase B, and start stirring immediately. So this is a really small batch. Stirring with the hand will not be a problem, but if it was more than this, you are going to do a lot of work stirring this. That is why getting a strong blender will be your best option. After stirring for about 20 to 40 minutes, it starts to thicken, and at this point it has totally cooled down. So we're going to do our cool down phase. I want to transfer this to this bowl, and I'm measuring the size of this bowl in the scale so that I can minus it from whatever I have inside the bowl when I want to add my preservative. Because of constant stirring and the bowl you have used to make your leave-in conditioner would take its own parts, your gram will not totally be complete. So I prefer to measure out what is inside the bowl and use it to add my cool down phase. For our cool down phase, we have lavender oil 1.5%, vitamin E oil 1.5%. At this point, you can add every other oils or things, fragrance or whatsoever you want to add to this formation, but this is where I stop. Now it's time to add my preservative. So there are different kinds of preservative, but the one I'm using here today is citric acid. Citric acid sometimes doesn't act as preservative for me. It is a pH balance for any formation I'm making, but sometimes this is a strong preservative to preserve something that you do not want to add preservative to because it is purely organic. I'm going to minus the weight of this bowl, and 1% of that is what I'm going to be using for my preservative. My citric acid, I like diluting it with distilled water, but if that is not available, a very hot boiled water is not a bad idea to use. Once that is diluted, I add it to the formation. So you can use citric acid to balance your pH and also still add preservative. Here our formation is ready. This is what a typical leave-in conditioner will look like. But if you do not want it to run like this, then you need to keep stirring. So this is what it looks like before we used a merging blender, and this is what it looks like after using a merging blender. It's thicker and the consistency looks quite different. This is best stored in a bottle with flip cover, spray cover and all that, but this is what we have available here, these containers, and that is what we are going to be storing this with. It looks so beautiful and it smells so nice because the lavender oil gave it all the smell. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. If you have any other formation you want me to explain in details, don't forget to leave it in the comment section. I will be there to reply and give you all the answers. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one.